Here are 3 tips for working with your spouse. It is definitely not unheard of for spouses to work together and own a business together.
And in fact, I have seen it more recently now than ever.
Right, we constantly are saying my husband or my wife or whatever is joining my business.
Yeah.
So,
which is awesome.
It's great.
Highly recommend.
We love it. But it does come with some challenge.
Absolutely. I hate him most of the time. I'm just kidding. All right, tip number 1 is communication. I know that that seems like a very obvious thing and you should have good communication with any person that you're working with, but I think sometimes when you're working with your spouse, you might assume things. You might assume that they already know what you're thinking or they already know what you need. Just because you're living with them day in and day out doesn't mean that they know exactly how you work when you're in work mode.
Right.
So having good communication between the two of you and knowing how to communicate is vitally important.
And knowing how to communicate brings us to tip 2. Know each other's personality types. There's a lot of different personality tests and ways to figure that out. We personally like the Enneagram. If you're familiar with Enneagram, I recommend doing that. I think it's really a good indicator of personality traits.
Yeah, and it lays out how each person perceives things and how they project things. So I am an Enneagram 3.
I am an Enneagram 8.
So a lot of the ways that we communicate are similar, but that actually makes us butt heads. So we have to kind of change the way that we communicate with each other to make sure that there's not a blowout or anything like that, especially on the wedding day.
And not even just communicate, just knowing how each other ticks in general and how each other works on a regular basis. And it's important not to just know the ins and outs of your personality, but the ins and outs of your spouse's personality.
For sure.
And the more you know, the more it won't necessarily fix everything,
yeah,
but you'll get there faster.
Absolutely. And tip number 3 is to make time outside of work for each other. That's not work related.
Right, and it's so difficult when your life literally is your business because you are running your business together.
Yeah.
But it's very easy to let that consume your marriage. So it's always important to have date nights where don't talk about work tonight.
And you have to make a pact. Like Alex and I literally will make a pact that we're not going to talk about work.
And y'all, sometimes that is hard to do, but making sure you have time to dig in deeper than just business level with each other and continue to do that is gonna help your marriage and your business
prosper.
For
sure. That's it.
Nope, that's not it. I have a bonus one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go for it.
Bonus tip that works for us, and I think this goes along with knowing how each other works. We have separate workspaces at home.
Yeah.
On a wedding day, yes, we will be working side by side all day long, and it's great. We love it. We do well. But when it comes time to do the back end of business, edit, stuff like that, we have completely different offices on honestly completely opposite sides of the house and levels of the house. And it's almost like we go to work.
I literally will make coffee in the morning and then give him a kiss and say, okay, have a good day.
And we text each other instead of yelling through the house.
Yeah.
But it works well for us. So find what works well for you, communicate, know each other, and don't forget about your life outside of work.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, guys, that's it.
That's it. So make sure you subscribe, comment below if you have any tips that you and your spouse use on a regular basis. And we'll see you next time.
All right, peace.